Another episode of Brother Clyde Show. We got a beautiful guest here today, Starkesha. You know,
Hey, hello everybody.
wonderful lady. Glad to meet
Aw,
you.
thank you.
You got a little history going on
Yes,
about
yes, yes.
yourself. I heard that you had to defend yourself. You was in
Pretty
a
much.
abusive relationship,
Oh
and you
man.
wound up
Yeah,
doing 20 years. You
I
want to
grew
tell us
up,
about that?
let's say, in Asbury Park, New Jersey, 1983. Uh, Single parent home. It just was rough coming up in the 80s, you know, not having much. I got pregnant at 13 years old, and it just raising a single mother raising a son. It was just wild, and off and on with my baby father, in and out of jail, and just having to work and take care of my brothers and sisters. It was too much. But I found a way, always good in school, and I met up with my husband, and he just was abusive, mentally and physically, and it lasted for years till I was about 25. We was together for about 13 years, something like that, back and forth, off and on, and it just got out of hand, the abuse, and it led me to doing 20 years.
Wow, that's deep right there. So my question to you is, how or not how, but what was everybody when this
Mm-hmm.
occurred, as far as you getting pregnant? And you know, life is crazy, like, but also
Yeah.
you just to not to bring up religion, but Mary, she was pregnant at 13 too with Jesus.
No, I
But
didn't know
that's a
that.
whole nother story. But
Wow.
wow, I know it had to be hard having a child at 13. Did you have any support like that as far as like I know you said that your baby father, in and
Yes.
out of prison. But did you have a support system that helped you raise your son, or
Well,
how was it?
you have to understand that I was living in an environment where I was the oldest child, so I had to basically take care of my whole family as far as siblings, and you know, my baby father was 15 years older than me, so it was a situation. It was a rape situation where it was just awful, and I basically had to raise myself, my child, and my brothers and sisters because my mother and father was on drugs, and it just was rough for me. But we managed to get by, and I always stayed in school and did my work, and I never let that stuff distract me, even the negativity that was going on. But like I said, it was rough, but we managed to pull through, and it just was a life experience. Yeah.
Hold on, let's back up a little bit. Um, I was reading through the police report, and it said the clip said that your baby father was stabbed 14 times, shot 3 times in the head, mutilated, grinded up, and fed to a kennel of pit bulls. Now, I can see I see it was a rape charge involved because you was obviously 13. He was about 26, something like that. But the way he was murdered, that was a vicious killing. My question to you is, and you said y'all was back and forth dating each other, but how did it get to the point where you wanted to murder him and torture him, basically in that kind of way?
You know, it's just, it's sad to talk about it because I was abused so much, bro, Clyde. I was beaten with hangers, stomped, told I would never be shit, taken advantage of. Nobody would listen. And this happened for years, brother Clyde. and it just built up. So the day I blacked out, I never forget. My brothers and sisters was running everywhere. My son was crying. No Similac. I couldn't take it. And I said, you know what? I can't take it anymore. And boom, guess who comes in the door? This perverted, sick in the mind, twisted, pedophile abuser. And he demanded we have sex. And all I can remember is the kitchen knife just sitting there and me grabbing it and just swinging. He fell to the ground. I remember his gun flying across the room. I ran and picked it up, and I still can remember the three shots. So much blood. I seen the blood. I said, I can't leave my son and my siblings. I can't go to jail. I remember passing out and waking up covered in his blood, and me there and the dead body there. I picked up the gun, shot 3 shots. What happened to his body, I really don't want to talk about it today, Brother Clyde, after the gunshots. But I can tell you this: we had a backyard kennel with pit bulls, and their regular diet was hamburger and dog food. And put it like this: after I finished with his body, I didn't want to go to jail, so I fed him to the dogs. And now, up to that point, it was so many cases pending against him for abuse and just all kind of stuff he was doing. So I was legally, medically subscribed as being mentally traumatized. So when this happened, I did a little time in Marlboro Institution, and I was released. But that time in my life, it was like a horror story, Brother Clyde. Very traumatizing.
Wow, what a story, man. How did your siblings and your son, how was that experience with them? How did they turn out? Being in that environment and that whole situation, how did that make them as a person today?
Affect them. When they got older, they found out, from people in the community. And, they did a little research, but for the most part, my
Somebody fix the
siblings,
mic, bro, Clyde. Fix the mic. Fix
they
the mic.
turned out all right.
Fix the mic, bro,
My
Clyde.
son, he understood my story, and he loves me.
Are we gonna get a sound guy in here to
We
fix the
pretty
mic?
much don't
Fix the
talk
mic.
about it.
I repeat. Wow, this might be one of the deepest shows that we had. You might be one of the most felt guests on the Brother Clyde show. Um, as far as rehabilitation, helping you get over these obstacles you faced in life. What kind of treatment did you have or do you have? And as a result of your circumstances, how did you get a positive out of the negative things you've been through? What do you do to support yourself? Do you use your experience to educate others? I would like to know.
Well, when after I got, out of mental institution, my friends they told me about Queens for Peace, and it's a reentry program for women. Just to express what's going on in their life and get public assistance and just somebody that can talk to you about awareness. And yeah, Queens for Peace really helped me and it's just having somebody there to not judge you and just to listen and help you out. And that really helped me with my journey of recovery as far as being victimized in an abusive relationship. Now, I'm working on my own nonprofit organization for abused underage females. And I go around and talk to, neighborhood kids and just let them know to speak out if you're going through something. You know, find somebody you could talk to help you and never be scared, to ask questions or, talk about what's going on in your life. And anything you go through, you can overcome it. Just be strong and never give up, never stop trying, and stay motivated in the midst of negativity in a
I want to
positive way.
emphasize this for the younger people out there. I know that times get hard where you're in a situation where it's just you and you have to do what you have to do to sort of survive. But I want to express this to you. No matter how kind an older person seem to be to you, no matter how much you think they supporting you, never let anyone persuade you to be violated. Never let anyone persuade you to indulge in things that's out of your age bracket. Report these type of people immediately, because you know what? They don't care about you. They're only out for one thing, and that's to harm you. Portray to be your friend, to violate you. And I want to let everybody to know, no matter what situation you put in, you can overcome it. We just had a phenomenal guest on here today to share her story. And most people mentally couldn't survive and grow out to be a beautiful person that this lady right here turned out to be. And having her heart to help other people. We live in a society where everything is fast and everything want to move fast and pressure us to be other than ourselves as far as growing too fast. And I want to tell everybody, just take a moment, take the time to slow up a little bit and think about the outcome of bad situations can make you encounter in life. And parents, be there for your child. Stop putting material things in front of your children. Stop putting a good time in front of your children. Let them be the love that you need to cure you from these worldly possessions that have you absent in their life. I want to say to the audience right now, y'all might see me smiling. It's no disrespect. It's just the veneers is on glisten right now. I just got them done, and I'm very proud of them. And the dental work is immaculate. So I don't want y'all to think that I'm smiling because of her story, making fun of her story. Nah, the veneers is just on glisten.
It's funny because the whole time I'm in my head laughing like, why is he smiling? Like I'm telling him some real shit, and he just keeps smiling. Like they look nice though. I was wondering why you keep smiling.
Thanks. I
They
really
definitely
appreciate
glisten.
it. I really appreciate it. Um, as far as, cause I know you don't got that much time, and your baby father, his mother wanted to come ask you a few questions. I know y'all ain't seen each other in years. Will you be willing to, you know, speak to her on the show and answer some of her questions she had to ask you? about her son and the situation that happened, just to put a little closure to her, about what happened on that tragic day. Are you willing to have an interview part two with her?
If she willing to be civilized, I didn't come up here to argue. The reason why I didn't conversate with her for all these years because it's like she can't see the situation I was in. But if she's willing to be civilized, I'm willing to come back on here and answer whatever question she had to ask me. I don't see no problem with that. Maybe that'll help my son by seeing it, because I know he's watching. So I have no problem with that, Brother Clyde. And thank you for having me on the show, and it was a pleasure. I'm a big
Indeed,
fan,
indeed.
and
There you have it.
I'm happy to be on the show,
Starkesha be
and
back on
hope
for
I
part
answered
two,
everything I had to.
where we can wrap it up with questions from baby father, mother, and another successful show, Bro Clyde Show. Y'all can hit the like button, subscribe, share the notification. Get those notifications out. Hit the share button. We're gonna keep doing this. I think all support from the fans, and let's keep making it happen with great stories and content. Bro Clyde Show. Y'all be easy.